Well, he's like your Italian neighbor that always has a funny story to tell. Anthony Rodia is playing Comedy Works South this weekend. Here's our little chat.
Our executive producer, Riza, she is a New York Italian. So she loves it when you talk about family, and she thinks it's so hilarious. So let's first talk about how you first started to say, my family's quite funny, and I'm going to use this as skits, and it's gone huge for you.
I wouldn't say they were funny. It was more of me venting about how I was raised. But it's nice to see how relatable it is. When I start, when you do online videos, you don't know the reactions, from their standpoint, unless you actually meet your fans. So when I started doing the live shows, I started meeting my fans. And the most comforting thing is finding out how many people were raised exactly like I was raised, which is nice to know that your family wasn't the only screwed up family. But then I realized it's not just Italians. I think it's old school in general, meaning, first, second, third generation, whether you're Greek, Portuguese, or whatever. Once your family originated overseas and they came here as immigrants, they have the same exact mentality. And it's nice to know I wasn't the only one raised like that. But I just started doing videos, and it became super popular, and people started relating to them more and more. And I kind of went with it. And when it comes to my live shows, believe it or not, I try to be funnier than I am at my videos online, because I want to give the audience something different than they're accustomed to watching at home. But I also have to be funnier. If I'm not funnier on stage, you might as well just, save your money, sit home and watch me on the computer.
When you say old school families, my parents did some stuff that probably wouldn't fly nowadays. My mom would say, "Here comes the police. I mean, la policía." Like, that was a threat. Like, that got us going. And now I don't think I'd say that to my kids. Okay, you're a dad, which ultimately changes your life. So what is a day in the life of Anthony Rodia like?
A day in the life? Well, it depends. My day is a lot different when the wife and the kids are around. I'm on the road a lot now, but believe it or not, I'm also home more than I was when I was working a regular, 9 to 5, 9 to 6 job. But I mean, I love golfing. My wife has allowed me to golf once a week. I'm trying to get that to twice a week, but that doesn't look like it's going to fly. But we have fun. I mean, listen, we're one of those families that I don't shelter my kids. I want them to see everything. I want them to experience everything. I've got a daughter just like me, which was my mother's #1 wish. And I'm seeing now that it wasn't a wish where she was, she wasn't saying it as, I wish you have a daughter like you so you can enjoy, being a parent. She wanted a daughter like me so I can realize what she went through raising me. And I'm seeing that. I'm seeing that firsthand. I call her and I'm like, was I like this? And she goes, oh, just wait. That's her answer for it. Just wait. It gets worse. I'm like, that's fantastic.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It happens to us all, but it's so wonderful having a daughter. Okay. I got to ask, are you a good golfer?
I am. Yeah. Surprisingly.
Whoa.
Not many. Well, I'm very competitive with myself. So I'll go to, when I was learning, I would go to the driving range and hit 300 balls and video myself. And then bring it home and put myself on the TV with a split screen of a professional golfer, and see it becomes a sickness. It's
oh wow.
It's a sickness. I've thrown clubs, I've broken clubs. But now I'm a pretty good golfer. I just actually this past weekend I was in Chicago doing shows, and I was able to play in my first Celebrity Pro-Am charity event, which was pretty cool.
Woo, that sounds like a lot of fun. So speaking of work, what projects are you working on right now?
I tell you the truth, I'm never not working. Comedy is my #1 passion. I love making people laugh. I always want to update my stuff. I mean, you might come see a show on Friday night, and Saturday night show would be, 30 minutes of different material. I'm always writing. Right now, we're working on getting my characters a cartoon, because I mean, they've become such a household name. I have a wine coming out where the characters are the face of the wine. It has my last name on it. It's, it's my actual wine. It's not just me putting my name on something. So we've got that coming out in September. But I'm always writing. I'll wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning with an idea or something that I might find is relatable on stage to people. Yeah. And I run downstairs in the basement, I jot it down, and I work on it. So I'm always working.
Okay, you're coming to Comedy Works South August 27th, August the 28th. Without giving anything away or too much away, what can people expect from the show?
Expect to leave with your stomach hurting. I want to give you painful laughter. I always say that the best kind of laughter is the kind that hurts. I want you leaving my show with your cheeks hurting, with your stomach hurting, and you can expect. I mean, you don't even have to be a diehard fan or a fan of mine in general. You can come to the show, not know anything about me, and I guarantee you, a large portion of my show is going to hit close to home. It's going to relate, and you know, it's just I don't hold back on stage. And, you know, it's nice that sometimes one thing that I didn't realize doing this is some of my shows, you'll have 3 generations together at the same show. You'll have the 20-year-old kids, the parents and the grandparents, which to see comedy able to relate to 3 different generations, just think about how different their mindsets are. It's nice to see. So you could expect to have a lot of fun. Goomba Johnny features for me before me. People always say, I can't believe how good your opening act was. You know, where it tells them, you know, it makes them think, wow, well, how good is Anthony going to be? So you will leave with a couple laughter pains, as I call it.
Check out Anthony Rodia at the Comedy Works South August 27th and 28th. For tickets, go to comedyworks.com.